it. So sit yourselves cross-legged in Sukhasana. And bring the shins forward and the heels away from each other. And make sure that you're sitting on some height if your knees are going up high. Yeah? If your hips are still a little stiff, sit yourself up higher. And open the chest first, lift the navel, the chest, spread the collarbones from center to sides, roll the outer shoulders back and down. And with the breath out, just allow yourself to feel heavy, to feel your own body weight. Allow the gravity to pull you down from the inside. With each next breath out, just allow yourself to be heavy. Respecting the downward force with each next breath out, so that you are only using the muscles that keep you upright, the deep muscles, but letting go of any unnecessary tension. And then as you slowly begin to press the tips of the fingers down and also begin to feel the upward force from the ground up, feeling the kind of a sucking up action in the palms of the hands, reflected in the armpits, in the ribs, so that the downward and the upward forces balance each other. And just check that you are upright, you're not leaning forwards, you're not leaning backwards. Finding that position of ease where you don't really have to do anything. Moving the shoulder blades, the inner shoulder blades deep and against the back ribs, allow the chest to open more. And then from the openness of the chest, place your hands in front of you, roots of your thumbs against the chest, and the fingers slightly away from the chest wall. Relax the upper arms, relax the elbows, but without collapsing the chest. As you close the eyes from top to bottom, as if you are looking towards the heart. Taking a few breaths to the heart. Relax the face, all the facial muscles. Widen the space between the eyebrows, as if you want to smooth any frowning wrinkles. Soften the eyelids and let the eyes move back away from the eyelids. Relax the jaws, the tongue, the throat. And then after your next breath in, we'll do the 3 arms together in your own time, feeling the vibration of the sound in the body. And as you exhale, bow the head down, surrender the brain to the heart once more. Release the hands to your thighs and listen to the resonance of silence. And then breathing in, lift the head up and open the eyes. And stretch the legs forward. So I said that tonight we are working on the backs of the legs, the hamstrings, and towards forward bends. With that, I always like to do some hip work, because to open the hips externally always helps to go forward. So crossing the legs the other way, we'll start with some stretches cross-leg. Take your hands to the tops of the thighs, then head forwards and back first. And back to center, side to side. Back to center as you press the hands down on the thighs, roll the shoulders forwards, up, back and down, focusing on the movement back and down as it's more difficult to do. And release, turn your palms to face up, press the backs of the hands down and roll it the other way. So back up, forwards and down. And release, and as you breathe in, stretch the arms forward, interlocking the fingers well, all the way to the roots. Take your palms away and spread the skin of the palms from the center of the hands out to the sides, really well. And then with that, as you breathe in, stretch the arms up. Squeeze the outer upper arms in towards one another and lift up, lengthen through the inner hands, onto the index fingers. The thumbs are just lightly touching. Keep breathing, lengthening the sides, soft, smooth breaths through the nose. As you exhale, then you can release and just feeling how you are, what has happened in the body. And again, as you breathe in, arms forward, interlock the other way than before. Palms away, and spread the skin of the palms from the center out to the sides. And then from there, stretch the arms up, but nothing changes, yeah? So you're still spreading the skin of the palms from the center of the hands out to the sides, breathing. Soft, smooth breaths through the nose, lengthening the sides of the body. And as you exhale, then you can release, and again, just feeling what has changed in the body. There's somebody else who wants to come. Okay. All right, so now we are going to go to the side. Taking your right hand down, left arm up and over. As you inhale, coming up. As you exhale, then to the other side. So a few times, side to side. So top arm stays straight. It's the bottom arm that bends as you go to the side. Next time you get to your right, stay on the right and press the left buttock down, lengthening from the outer left hip all the way through the tips of the fingers, rolling the bottom shoulder back and down, and bottom ribs are looking at the ceiling, and breathe. Soft, smooth breaths. And then inhaling, coming back up. And as you exhale, going to your left side. Pressing your right buttock down and then lengthening from the outer right hip all the way up through the tips of the fingers. Bottom shoulder back and down. And then how much can you turn? How much can you rotate the trunk from left to right? Breathe in, look at the fingers. And then inhaling, come back to center, and we will be turning. So as you press the fingers down first, creating space in the chest. And then as you exhale, begin to turn yourself to your right side, taking your left hand to the inside of the left knee, right fingers behind. Inhaling, create space. And as you exhale, then turning to your right side. Inhale, lift. Exhale, turn. Once you reach your limit, take your hand to the outside of the other leg. To create more turn, inhale, lift, exhale, turn. And breathing in, then come back to center. Press the fingers down, lengthen through the front, and as you exhale, then turning to your left side. Lifting and turning. Lift and turn as you press your right hand against the inner leg. Lift and turn. As you turn to your left, you want to lengthen from the outer left hip forward towards the knee. Take your hand to the outside of the other leg, breathing in, making space in the front body, and as you breathe out, and turning more to the side. And then inhaling, coming back to center, and then preparing to come forward, so have whatever height that you need for your head. Be even on your sitting bones. As you inhale, stretching the arms forward and up to the ceiling. Extend and lengthen up through those arms, lengthen the sides of your body. Remember that space you were creating in the last class, working on the sides. And then with that, come down halfway, lengthen through the tips of the fingers. Keep reaching forward, but be heavy on the buttocks. Be heavy, heavy on the buttocks. Stay there for a moment. Reach towards me. And then with that, take your hands down, lengthen more, and then take your head down. And as the head gets the support, allow the thinking brain to recede towards the back brain, the eyes deeper and deeper into the eye sockets. And allow the buttocks to relax, the hips to relax, and the tension there, let go. And as you inhale, then come back to center. And then changing across the legs, stretch the legs, and then down across the other way. Just to see how that feels. And once more, stretching the arms forward up to the ceiling. Extend and lengthen. You can have palms facing each other. Lengthen the sides of the body. And then come forward, reaching forward. So reaching, go halfway, reaching, but be heavy in the buttocks. Heavy in the buttocks. Stay and lengthen. A few more seconds. Reach towards me if you are facing me. And then take your fingers down, lengthen through the front more, and then take your head down. Yes, yeah, so can you feel the sense of letting go as soon as the forehead gets on that support, that you can start to let go of the thinking. Yeah? Thinking brain starts to let go. Starts to lose the grip. Something else takes over. Let the eyes sink deeper into the eye sockets and feel that the awareness is spreading around the back body as you allow yourself to do that. Yeah, to sink back. Let go of any tension in the hips and the buttocks. And then as you inhale, you can come back to center and stretch the legs forward. And we will come to Adho Mukha Virasana. So be on the center of the mat with the big toes together and the knees, the hip width apart. Yeah, sitting between the heels. And when you look in front, you want to see that you're right in the center of your mat. Both knees are the same distance from the midline. And just allow yourself to be heavy, to heavily descend on your heels. Give yourself a moment to do that. And then from there, on the tips of the fingers first as you come forward. So you're creating space in the spine and in the sides. Looking forward, lengthening tips of the fingers down. Getting as much space to the front as you can. And then taking the hands down flat and the head down. So hopefully the knees or the thighs are still slightly supporting the ribs, so you're not too wide with your knees. And again, as the head gets to the floor, allow the eyes to sink back, the thinking brain to relax. Be in the back body. See how the breath moves around your lower back. And then from there, you can look forward at the fingers. Make sure that all the fingers are spreading evenly apart. Come to all fours, take your toes under. And then coming into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Slowly, so starting with your knees bent, lengthening the sides. And then slowly, in your own time, straightening the legs. Yeah, so making sure that your inner hands are pressing down. So you can feel the line of extension through the inner hands, inner wrists, inner elbows, inner shoulders, all the way up to the groins. And also from the outer hands, so pinky sides, outer wrists, outer elbows, outer shoulders, all the way up to the outer hips. Breathing, soft, smooth breaths to the nose. And more trying to activate the legs, not just by pushing the knees back, you never do that, but pulling up the kneecaps and then pressing the thighs, like the thigh muscles back to envelope around the bones. And if you need to lift the heels more, then lift the heels more. Yeah, if your buttocks are dropping, breathe. Be in the moment. All right, and then as you exhale, then you can come down. And you're going to lie on the back. For this, I would like you to have a lot, if you, whatever belt you have, you probably don't have a selection of different belts. But if it's a long one, that will be better. Yeah, we'll just see what. Yeah, it's still, I want you to do the leg raises, but we'll be swaying the leg, and you're gonna have the leg in a small loop. Yeah, we've done this before, some time ago. All right, so you're lying on your back. I'm going to bend your right knee first. And first, just allowing the hip to soften again. Then you're going to put just a small loop around your foot, stretching the leg up. And then normally we hold the belt like this, but now, because I want to bring like a puppet, yeah, I'm going to take the arms overhead, and the leg comes with it. So it's that action. So you turn your hands this way, yeah, and like so. Okay, same on the other side. And then you're going to put the belt from right to left, taking the leg over to the side. Yeah, so as I'm pulling with the left hand, then the leg goes to the side. So Supta 2. Okay, so those two. We actually do one leg and then the other, because it's easier that way. Okay. Yes, so it's good to use the wall for your feet if you have it there. If not, just pretend as if it is there. And first, you're going to bend your right knee and just hug the knee with the hands and soften with the breath out. Breathe into that hip, the right hip, right buttock. All right, so we are lying down. Fiona, do you see my demonstration? Yeah, so bending your right knee in case you missed that bit, and just softening the hip. Then, once ready, you can put your belt just a little loop around your foot. And stretch the leg up to 90 degrees or so, but with the knee straight. So wherever you are, the knee is straight. And we are using, sometimes we use more movement to kind of get over ourselves in a way, to go beyond the stiffnesses, yeah, without thinking about it too much. Okay, so now hold the belt, so stretching the arms up and hold the belt the other way. So your fingers are facing each other, that way. So it's not like this, you see me, that way you hold it, yeah. Because you want the belt to go through your hands as you take your arms over. Yeah, and then, so it will probably make more sense as you start to, like a puppet, taking the arms overhead, and the leg goes with it. Yeah, very good. And keep going a few times. So you need to, yeah. Yeah, so I want to see that leg swinging, but I don't want to see the knee bending. Yeah, the knee should be straight, Mary, there. So you get that movement in the hip. Yeah, so keep going, swinging. At last, you can stay in your maximum movement. You can stay and see if you can reach up towards the foot. Reaching up towards the foot. And if you can hold the foot, then you can lift your head up. So I didn't show this bit. So that's the full pose. Yeah, holding the foot, that's it. Open the back of the knee fully. And then as you exhale, you can come back down. And keep the belt as it is, but you're going to feed the belt from the right side to the left side. So I'm showing you this sitting up, but you're lying down. And then as I'm pulling the belt with the left hand, then the right leg goes out more. Yeah, so it's like a, yeah, so you're being a puppeteer and a puppet at the same time. All right. So then you go to the side. If you have a short belt, then you just do it normally with the belt around your foot. You won't be able to take it around the neck if the belt is too short. Yeah. So just do what you can. So if you, yeah, so if it doesn't go, you have a short belt, just hold the belt and take the leg to the side. So Amanda, hold the belt the other way with your hand. Yeah, that's it. And yeah, so as you're pulling with your left hand, then let the leg go further. Let the leg go further. You're holding it with the wrong hand, or yeah, right hand. So left hand goes on your left leg. That's it. You don't have to swing anymore now, Trish. No swimming. Swinging. Just take the leg out. And make sure that your left leg is still straight and firm. Yeah, so it's the stability comes from the left leg. All right, and as you inhale, come back up. And then you can bend your knee, take your belt off. I will prepare for the other side, so stretch both legs. Take your feet to the wall. And you're going to bend your left knee. And just hug the knee first, just allow the buttock, the hip to soften. Yeah, so pulling the knee towards you, softening with the breath out. Think of breathing all the way down to the hip. All right, and then put the belt around your foot, so just a small loop. And stretch the leg up to 90 degrees first. Yeah, so making sure that your knee is straight though. And then preparing for the swing. So if your belt is not long enough to do that, yeah, then you just hold the belt like this. Fiona, I don't know, maybe you don't have a long belt. That's it. Yeah, and you just won't be able to do that. You can do a bit of swinging just without the belt, without anything. But lying down, yeah, not sitting up. I'm sitting so that I can see you, but you're lying down. All right, and then, yeah, so taking the arms all the way overhead and the leg with it as much as you can. Yeah, keep going. So keep going. Yeah, use movement. If you have long belts, yeah, bigger movements, Risha, bigger. Let the leg go down to like 40 degrees again. Yeah, so you're swinging, properly swinging. Yeah, down, up, arms over. Don't be afraid. And work with your breath. Yes, that kind of work gives us something different. Yeah, we usually stay in the poses for a long time. We stay still. This is a different kind of thing. It's good to do sometimes. All right, and then you can stay in your maximum. Yeah, so in your maximum stretch, make sure the back of the neck, also the back of the knee is open. Pull up the knee so that your leg is straight. And see if you can reach up towards the foot and see if you can go a little deeper into that forward bend. So lift your head up so that your forehead is going to the knee. See if you can hold the foot. If you can't hold the foot, you hold the belt and stay. Keep the right leg firm, straight. Breathe. All right, and then take your head back down. Keeping the loop on the foot as you're going to go into Supta Paramesthasana 2. So from here, you're going to, if you have longer belt, so you're taking it around the back of the neck from left to right. And then kind of, yeah, and then first taking the foot up high and then to the side as you feed the belt through to your right side, pulling with your right arm, outstretched arm. Yeah, and then see how much you can open in that left groin. How much can you open there? But at the same time, keeping your right thigh down. So are you okay? Yeah, so going to the side, straight leg, belt around the back of it is probably not long. Yeah, you can do. Good. All right, and then as you inhale, you can come back up. And bend your knee, take your belt off, roll yourselves to the side. And we're going to do Prasarita Baladhanasana. You get yourself your 2 breaks, and you're standing with the feet wide apart. I'm showing you this from the side. So get your feet wide apart. And we will do it first with 1 foot at the wall. Yeah, so you get the understanding of how both legs should be. I don't presume that you have a room that small that you would have on both sides. But 1 foot at the wall, and the other is doing the same thing. Navel just lifting, shoulders back, and coming forward from the hips. Taking the hands down, yeah. Lifting, lengthening, then coming down more, and even more. And then we are going to lengthen forward this time, yeah, taking the bricks forward. And then you want to see straight line from the buttocks all the way to your hands. Okay? Go for it. So stand with your right foot or whichever foot at the wall. Yeah, heel is the heel that's at the wall. Not the toes turn in slightly. All right, and have your feet wide. So feet are wide apart. And if you don't have the wall, just imagine that the wall is there. Yeah, no big deal. If it's too awkward, stay as you are. So press if you have the wall, pressing your right outer heel against the wall. But imagine that the left heel is doing the same thing as if you're pressing the left outer heel against the wall as well. Take your hands to your hips, lengthen through the front body, navel, chest lifting, roll the shoulders back. Take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, hinge forward from the hips. As you go forward, the buttocks are lifting, so you're hinging. Take your hands down to your bricks and have them whichever way that you need them. Yeah, so whichever way so that you're open the thoracic spine, that you open the collarbones. The collarbones, remember, are smiling, my favorite thing. Smiley collarbones. And allowing the backs of the legs to open. So the legs have to be firm. So even if without the wall, imagine that you are pressing your feet against the wall. And then from there, if you can go down lower, you can go down lower with your back straight. Look up with the chest. Looking up, don't start to round your back, roll the shoulders back, look up with the chest. So more and more space you want to create in the front body. And then from there, you're going to take your bricks forward. Yeah, so lengthen forward. So you are going to have straight line from the hips all the way to the tips of the fingers. Lengthening forwards, lifting the buttocks high. Don't let the buttocks come with you. The buttocks are right over the heels, but lengthen as much as you can, creating space in the front body, space in the spine. Look forward, Brendan, or down, look forward, and See if you can create some space in the upper back, more space in the upper back. Yes. You can relax the head down somewhat, but just not all the way down, because then it takes down the upper back too. Sorry, so even further forwards with the hands, if you can go even further forwards, because the shoulders are not opening fully. If you can. Yeah, good. So this hopefully is quite restful. All right, and then from there, slowly bring yourselves back up. So take your hands back and come up to standing and have a look. We've done this many a time before, just maybe not for a while. We're going to do some standing poses from this pose, yeah, from Prasarita Bharattanasana. Actually, I have these in front first. Yeah, so some breaks. If you have two, have one on each side. If you have one, then you kind of have to take it from side to side. Have a look. So you're going to go back into your Prasarita Bharattanasana. Yeah, lengthening through the front, feet are wide apart, heels are on the back edge of the mat this time. You don't need the roll. Taking the fingers down, and if you need to have some breaks for the hands, then you do that. Yeah. And first, just going into, if you can, you go as far as you can. You start to round, but obviously you don't go all the way down, but if you can, you go here. Then you come back to the intermediate stage. Then you turn your feet to your right side first. Yeah, we're going to do Trikonasana first. And it's important that you bend the leg that you are going towards first. Yeah, so I'm really bending into a right angle, taking the hands around. Yeah, use the break. And first we are going to do Trikonasana, straightening the leg, lifting the arm up. So this is a really good way to do the poses for the hips, to lubricate the hips. And then bending the knee to come back to center, back into here, and then the other side. Yeah, bending around, and then straightening by pressing the front foot down. Okay, bending, coming back to center. The second one we do, I'll just show you one more. And we might try different movements of the arms when we are here. Yeah. This time Virabhadrasana too. So again, I'm bending the knee, taking the hands around, staying low, coming upright. And then we'll do a few movements here. Yeah, and then again, coming down to the foot and then to the center. Okay, and I'll do it with you, and we will do the standing poses that you know from Prasarita Bharattanasana. Okay, so have your bricks ready, have your feet wide apart, strong firm legs, pressing the outer heels down, toes are in slightly, pulling up the knees, navel, chest lifting, roll the shoulders back. And then as you exhale, come forward from the hips, take your fingers down under your shoulders. Look up with the chest first, make your collarbone smile. Take your hands down flat if you can. And taking yourself all the way down. For those who are flexible, you can go. Take your head down. And then inhale. Take your hands under your shoulders. Turn your feet to your right. So left toes in just a little bit. Right toes out and the heel in. So front foot is out. For Trikonasana, bend your right knee. And then walk your hands towards your right foot. Have the brick ready. And then as you press the right foot down, begin to straighten the leg as you turn the chest up. As you turn the abdomen, the chest, the shoulders. Stretch your left arm up, breathe. And as you exhale, bend your right knee once more. Take your hand in front of the foot and then walk around. Walk your hands back to center. And come to your best Bharattanasana. Then inhaling, taking your hands under your shoulders. Turn your feet to your left, so right toes in, left toes out, and the heel in. Bend your left knee and walk your hands towards your left foot with the bent knee. Have the hand break for your hand, yeah, if you have it. And then as you press your left foot down, begin to straighten the leg, turning the hips, the navel, the chest, top shoulder, back, arm up, breathing. As you exhale, bend the front knee, make a right angle. Once again, walk your hands around to the center. And so this is where you rest again, coming into Prasarita Bharadhanasana. This time if you can go down, you can take your hands back the other way and bend the elbows back. All right, and then from there again, hands forward under your shoulders. Turn your feet to your right side. Front foot out properly, bend your right knee. Make a right angle, walk your hands towards the right foot. Stay low in the hip. As you come into warrior number 2, Virabhadrasana 2. And as you exhale, you're going to straighten the knee and bend feet out. Yeah, this is good to bring some fluidity into your knee. So inhale up, exhale down, few times, 5 times. Inhale up, exhale down. And last time, you can stay there for a moment. And as you exhale, then again, take your hands in front of the foot and back to center. And again, Prasarita Bharadhanasana. And take your hands under your shoulders, turn your feet to your left side, right toes in, left toes out, and the heel in. And bend your left knee, make a right angle. Walk your hands to your left foot. Staying low in the hips as you come upright. Stretch the arms from the center of the chest. Inhaling, straighten the leg. Exhale, bend the knee. Inhale up. Exhale, down. Inhale up. Exhale, down. Again, inhale up. Exhale, down. And then stay there for a moment. Upper body upright. Make a right angle with lower down on there. And as you exhale, take your hands in front of your left foot, walk yourself forward. And again, so resting down in Prasarita Bharadhanasana. This time you can take your arms back, palms facing up. For those who are there, yeah, that way. All right, so as you inhale, then again, take your hands on your shoulders. Turn your feet to your right, left toes in, right toes out, heel it. And bend your right knee, make a right angle. Walk your hands towards your right foot. This time, Ujjita Parsvakonasana. Have the brick in front of the foot. Yeah, it could be standing or maybe the other way if you're more flexible. And push the knee back with the elbow. And keep the front knee in a right angle. Yeah, and turn the hips, turn the abdomen, turn the chest. Squeeze your right buttock well into the body. So first see how much you can turn. From there, stretch your left arm up, rotate the upper arm towards the head and bring your arm over. Breathing. And as you exhale, you can come down again from the right foot back to center. All the way down if you can. All right, taking the hands under your shoulders once more. Turn your feet to your left, right toes in, left toes out, and the heel in. Bending your left knee into a right angle. Walk your hands around, have the brick along the front of the foot. And again, yes, as you press the foot down, turn the trunk. abdomen, chest, top shoulder back. Pushing the knee back with the elbow. Once you're ready, stretch your right arm up, rotate the upper arm, bring it overhead if you can. And as you exhale, then you can come back down. Walk your hands back to center. Now have a look, if you can, go all the way down. This time interlocking the fingers behind, stretching the arms forward. That's only for those who can bring the head down onto something. You could use some block for the head, of course. If the arms are bending, then yeah, keep them straight. All right, and as you exhale, come back down with the arms. Lift yourself up, take your hands forward. And again, turning your feet to your right side. Yeah, so bend your right knee, and we're going to go back into Trikonasana. Maybe this one, if you could have a look. Yeah, just for a moment. So back to Trikonasana. That's the first one we did. And then now you're going to bend the front knee, and you're going to step the back foot forward, taking the brick forward, and coming into half moon, Adha Chandrasana. Yeah, bending the knee, stepping back, Trikonasana, and then again, back to center, and the other side, okay? All right, so, turning your feet to your right, bend the knee into a right angle, walk your hands around, take your hands to your brick, and begin to straighten the leg as you turn the abdomen, the chest, up, shoulder back. Stretch the left arm up, breathe. Trikonasana. And then take your hand to your hip. Bend your right knee. Hop the back foot forward. Take your brick forward about the foot, but keep it in line with your little toe. And then, yeah, little hop coming forward. Lift your left leg up straight. Keep your standing leg bent to start. And then once you get your balance, then you can see if you can straighten it slowly in your own time. So, and you want to have your hips over each other, your abdomen, your chest up, breathing, enjoying it. Good. Foot a little higher, Tori. Good, Fiona, well done. And as you exhale, bend the standing leg and step back further. Then you think back into Trikonasana, turn the abdomen up, turn the chest up, take the top shoulder back. All right, and then bend your right knee, make a right angle, and walk your hands around, back to the front, back to Prasarita Paradhanasana. Front knee has to be in a right angle though, otherwise you don't get into the hips. Sarah. And go down, take a little rest in Prasarita Paradhanasana. Yeah, this time interlocking the fingers the other way, taking your arms overhead. Breathing. Yeah, so Prasarita Paradhanasana for me. Before the other side, so you're here. Interlocking the fingers the other way. All right, and then from there you can release the arms, take your hands forward underneath the shoulders, and turn your feet to your left. So right toes in, left toes out, and the heel in. And really bend your left knee. So you've got to make the right angle, otherwise you won't get into the hips the way, you know, this is really nice for the hips if you can do this. Then turn yourself around. Yeah, and then as you press the left foot down, hand on the brick, straightening the front leg, abdomen, chest turning, top shoulder back. Stretch the top arm up, Trikonasana. Don't forget to breathe. And as you exhale, bend the front knee again, make a right angle, take your top hand to the hip, and you're going to hop the back foot forward, take the brick forward. Now, the brick comes forward about the foot in line with your little toe. And then once you're there, you can keep the standing leg bent as you lift your right leg up straight. Bending the standing leg is bent, top leg is straight. And there you get the turn. So the hips go over each other, the abdomen, the chest, top, shoulder, back. Lift your foot up higher, Tori. Yeah, and top, shoulder, back. Breathe. Standing leg is where the stability is. Remember, the bottom buttock is where the stability is. Good, Sarah. Go on, Mary. Yeah, extend through the heel. You don't have enough space there for the head. Poor head. And then as you exhale, bend the standing leg and go back further than you think. Trikonasana, gracefully, like dancers. Abdomen, chest turning. Yeah, so again, you're turning from the front foot up. And as you exhale, then you can bend the front knee, make a right angle, walk your hands from the foot forward to the center. This time you can hold the ankles as you go down. Yeah, so take your head down, holding the ankles. Lengthening again the front body, breathing. All right, and then take your hands to your hips and come to standing. And we're going to have the bricks, both bricks on the right side now, working on Parshvattanasana. So taking the feet wide again. Let me show you. This time you're turning the back foot well in, because you're going to be turning both hips. So it's a different plane you're working in now. And squeezing the hips, navel, chest lifting, shoulders back. So creating that space in the front body, and then coming forward from the hips. Taking the hands down to the bricks, shoulders back, looking up at the chest. And then see how far you can take yourself forward. So you're going to take the bricks forward and land. Okay. And the other side. So feet wide apart, have both bricks ready on the right side, on the sides of the right foot. And turn your feet to your right, so left toes well in and the heel out. Right toes out and the heel in. And with the hands on the hips first, just see that both hips are facing to the right side evenly. Both hips facing to the right. And if you can't, if balance is a bit, unbalanced, then you can take your feet apart, wider stance. And so once you have the hips level, grip the hips in towards one another and lift the navel, lift the chest up, roll the shoulders back, look up with the chest. So as if you want to do a back bend, and then with that feeling of back bending, come forward from the hips. With that feeling of making a back bend, come forward, lead with the chest, grip in the hips, keep the hips level, take your hands down to your bricks. So start with the bricks under your shoulders, press the hands down, roll the shoulders back, look up with the chest, shoulders away from your ears, look up with the chest, strong, firm legs. Front thigh rolls from outside in. The back thigh also. And then from there, walk your hands forward more with the bricks. So see if you can get more length by taking the hands forward, but not moving the hips out of line. Keep your hips in line as you take your hands forward more, creating more space. Breathing, soft, smooth breaths. Eventually we bring the nose to the shin. Yeah. All right, and then as you inhale, then take your bricks back and take your hands to your hips and come back up to standing. And have the bricks ready on the other side. Yeah, turn your feet forward, take the bricks to your left side. Hands to your hips. Turn your feet to your left. So right toes well in, heel out, and left toes out and the heel in. And turn your hips all the way to your left side. So both hips with the hands on the hips, so you can see if they are actually leveled or not. Yeah, back leg is firm. Push the heel down, thigh back. Once the hips are leveled, grip your hips towards one another. So Trish, both hips need to turn to the side, to the left side. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, roll the shoulders back, grip the hips towards each other. And from there, lift, navel lifting, chest lifting, open the collarbones, roll the shoulders back, look up at the chest as if you are going into a back bend. And then with that back bend, you're going to hinge forward with the back bend, with the collarbones smiling still. Yeah, go as far as you can, go into a right angle with the upper body, parallel to the floor. And then take your hands down to your bricks. Start with the bricks under your shoulders. Press down, roll the shoulders back, look up with the chest. And then from there, take your bricks forward and lengthen. Lengthen the front body. Lengthen the front body. How much space can you create in the front? All right, and then as you breathe in, you can take your hands, take your bricks back, hands to your hips, come back to standing, turn your feet forward, and you can just step the feet together. Okay. Get yourself a chair and your 2 bricks. Uttanasana, we work on. In a few stages, so you've got the bricks first, away from the ball. Yeah, so that the legs are slanting, so it makes it easier for the hamstrings. But the toes, I hope you can see, my toes, ball mounts are on the bricks. Yeah, and first I want to lift the buttocks up, so creating that hinge to remind myself that I'm hinging from the hips and then taking the hands, the feet down. And then from the hips coming forward. And then hands to the back of the chair, lengthening forwards. Going down lower if you can. Lower still. Yeah, so into your own capacity. So let's do this one first. So you can have feet hip width, and you do need some wall behind you for this one, if possible. Yeah. The second one we do without the wall. But if you don't have the wall, that's fair enough. But especially if you have stiff hamstrings, this is a good help to have the legs slanting back towards the wall. All right. So your toes are on the bricks, and then you lift the heels up first and grab the flesh of the buttocks and lift them up the wall. Lift them up. And even if you don't have the wall, just do that anyway. So Fiona, you need to take your feet away from the wall. Feet away. so that you're away from the wall, so that your legs are slanted back. It makes it easier. Feet go forward, away from the wall. More, even more, like 2 feet. And then buttocks are at the wall, all right? And then from there, hinge forward from the hips. Take your hands to the top of the chair first. But as you go forward, so feel as if, yes, as you go forward, the buttocks go up. Buttocks up as you go forward. And then just have the outer hands on the top of the chair. Don't go down if your back is rounding. So the whole idea is first we need to learn how to make that hinge from the hips without round in the back. So if you're nice, just stay with the hands on the top of the chair and try and push the chair away from you. Push in the chair away from you. But Trish, your chair has to come away more to give yourself more space. And lift the buttocks up and push them back. Up and back with the buttocks. Up and back with the buttocks. Heels to the floor if you can. And allow the backs of the legs to open. And you've got to be there with it. Yeah. Don't go spacing out. That's the mind doesn't like the uncomfortable. It goes into a dreamland. Yeah. Or it complains and starts to be agitated. I want you to breathe through that. That's how you go deeper. That's how the hamstrings open. It's the only way the hamstrings open. You've got to be with it. You have to become friendly with that sensation of lengthening. Those who can, you can take your hands down lower a little bit, but you need to keep your back straight as best you can. Don't do it with your ego. Yeah, it's not the ego that's at the driving seat. It's something else. Breathe. All right, and then inhale, come up. So now, if you take your feet down now, I don't probably have to show you in the other, just in case. Just taking yourself away from the wall slightly. And feet are on the floor now, heels out, toes in. Lengthening through the front. And then after that, after what you have done, just see how it is without lifting the toes, without the roll. Just being perpendicular with the legs. Lengthening forwards. Coming down. Fingertips to the floor, if you can. Yeah, lengthening still. And then those again, coming all the way down, Uttanasana. Okay. Show me yours now. Feet hip width. Heels out, toes in. Pull up the knees. And from the hips come forward. From the hips go forwards. Lift the buttocks up high. Yeah, so you are conditioned now from what you did with the wall. That's the idea. But first lengthen. So first taking the hands to the top of the chair. And again, as if you want to push the chair away from you so that you get that space in the front body, in the spine. Yeah. Lifting the buttocks higher as the hands go down lower. So if you want to take your hands down lower, you can take your hands to the back of the seat of the chair, but with the buttocks going up higher, so you don't drop. Just go to your own capacity. Yeah, if you feel that you've lost it, you're rounding, you don't have to go so far. Yeah, just go as far as you can for yourself. We all always need to look for our edge in everything. Which the edge is kind of, it's subtle. It's where things are happening for you. But if you go beyond, you hurt yourself. If you don't go far enough, then nothing changes. All right, and now can you take your fingers to the floor? Lifting the buttocks even higher. And if that's too much, you could maybe take hold of the legs of the chair, somewhere where you need to be. Roll the shoulders back still. So sorry, your back is rounded. Take your hands up a little higher, roll the shoulders back, lift the buttocks high. Your back is rounding, burning. Mirror, yeah, you've got to do this with a mirror beside you so you can see what it looks like and then what it feels like. Okay. All right, then as you inhale, come back up slowly. You can bend your knees to come up, take your hands to your hips. Oh dear, look at the time. Don't look at the time, I'm looking at the time. Bewildered. Okay, you're going to sit down now. You've got to practice this. Yeah, some of you are years later and the legs are still bending, the buttocks are still dropping. Yeah, it's up to you to work on this. Because everything is difficult when the hamstrings are stiff. But for now, sitting down, so sitting on some blanket. If you are down low, then you can just sit on the corner. So I would have a corner like this for me, just to lift the tail up. But if you need more height, maybe a block and a blanket, then it needs to be like a square. Yeah, so for those more flexible, you can just sit on a corner, have a belt and this. Taking the feet right apart. And so having more height if you need to for yourselves. Yeah, if you come straight, if you are round in the back, if the legs are bending, have more height. Be centered on your heels, pull up the knees. And you can help yourselves with the hands. Yeah. So just above, like in 2/3 of the thighs, if you roll the flesh of the thighs from outside in, and fill that gap underneath. So there is no gap under your knees. Yeah. So the inner knees need to go down. They tend to go up like this, but they need to stay down, pinned down. Navel, chest lifting, shoulders back. And if you have a break ready, please. And we're going to have a break along the inner edge of the left thigh first. Yeah, and the hand, so left hand goes in front of the break. And you're lifting, lengthening through the front, and then turning to the right side, lifting and turning. And as I turn to the right side, I want to lengthen from the groin along that break. The skin of the left thigh is lengthening from the groin towards the knee as I turn. Okay, just this much first. So break in front of the foot, so in front of the thigh, and the hand in front of the break. Inhale, lift and lengthen through the front. And as you exhale, then begin to turn. Now I'm catching hold of the blanket behind me with the right hand. Inhale, lift, and exhale, turn. Lifting, turn. So as I'm turning to the right side, can you still keep lengthening from the left groin towards the left inner knee? And sitting well in the left buttock. Sitting well in the left buttock. Breathe. And then inhaling, come back to center. Then have the break ready for the other side. Taking your right hand in front of the break, inhale, lift. Exhale, turning, taking your left hand behind you, catching hold of your blanket. Or whatever is there, inhale, lift. Exhale, turn, lifting and turning. Sitting well now in your right buttock as you turn to your left side. Inhale, come back to center. Have the brick along the inner left thigh once more. This time have a belt and dip. And one more time, same thing. As you inhale, lengthen through the front. Take your hand in front of the brick, lift and turn. So you're stopping the left groin, coming forward, it should stay back, and then elongating from the groin towards the inner knee. Lifting and turning to your right, lifting, turning. And then from there, stretching your left arm to the ceiling, extend through your left arm, and then see if you can reach towards the right foot. Get hold of the foot. If you can't reach, you can have the belt. Yeah. And keep pressing your right hand on the outside of the leg. Lift and keep turning. Keep lifting, keep turning. And then you can catch hold of the foot with both hands, still lengthening through the front and then coming forwards first. Okay. So wherever you are, remember finding your edge. That's the most important thing. It doesn't matter if you can't go that far, as long as you keep finding it, challenging yourself. And then inhaling, coming back to center. On the other side, take your brick along the inner right thigh, have the belt ready for the other side. If you need it, take your right hand in front of the brick, take your left hand behind you. Press it down, inhale, lift, exhale, turn, lifting and turning, lift and turn. Sit well in your right buttock and lengthen the skin of the right inner thigh from the groin towards the knee. And then as you inhale, stretch your right arm up to the ceiling. And as you exhale, reaching towards your left foot. Keep turning to your left. And if you can't reach, you can use the belt. And then holding the foot with both hands. Lengthen through the front, and then so you can come forward more. So as you pull with both hands, come forward. Come towards your left leg. If you have the belt, keep your arms straight, sir. Straight arms, shoulders back, lift the chest. And then just walk in the hands along the belt more. With your arms straight. So the arms only bent at the very end. All right, then inhale. Come back to center. And you can take your feet, bend your knees, take your feet together. And this time just sit, if you were sitting on the corner, you just sit on the front normally, in a square. And we're going to do Janu Shirshasana. It's kind of similar. So from Dandasana, you're going to bend your left knee up. We need to do this together because it's quarter to now. I had such an exciting plan. I mean, longer, it's still exciting, it's not as long, can't do everything in plan. All right, so left knee out to the side and take it well back. Yeah, hips are level, but the knee should go back to create space here. And like you just did, you want to take your right arm back to the blanket behind, lift and turn to the right side. Lift and turn and press the left hand against the inner knee to help you turn to your straight leg. Lifting, turning. Allow more weight down through your right buttock, more on the right than the left. And then we are going to use movement in this again. So as you inhale, stretching the arms up. And as you exhale, coming forward from the hips, so upper arms stay at the ears. Inhaling up and exhaling forward. So we're going to do this a few times. Inhale up, exhale forward. Inhale up, exhale forward. One more time. Inhale up, exhale forward. Now hold the foot with both hands or the belt if you can't reach. Yeah, either way, open the collarbones, make them smile. And if you can hold the foot easily, then bend the elbows out and let yourself come forward. And as you inhale, coming back to center and stretch both legs forward. Bend your right knee out, foot towards the ground. Be centered on the left heel. Navel chest lifting. Press your right hand against the inner right leg. Left arm reaches behind. Lift and turn to your left side. Lifting, turning. Lift and turn. And allow the weight to be down through your left buttock, because that way the spine goes to where it should. Yeah. Preparing to come forward. And then from there, stretch the arms up. And as you exhale, coming forward from the hips, inhaling up, exhaling forward, inhale up, exhale forward, inhale up, exhale forward. One more time, inhale up, exhale forward. Hold the foot, or if you can't reach, then hold the belt. Either way, collarbone smile. And then if you're holding the foot easily, elbows go out as you pull yourself forward slightly and taking the head down. If you're holding the belt, then you need to keep working at lengthening first. Lengthening. Are you feeling the backs of the legs? As long as you feel the backs of the legs, then things are happening. The back of the left leg now. Okay, then as you inhale, coming back to center. And stretch both legs forward. So before finishing, we'll do, it's good to always finish with some even pose. So we'll do Paschimottanasana. Have your feet hip width apart and have something for the head. You can reach the head to some support. And again, using movements. So first, move the flesh of the buttocks back. So you're already sitting on the front of the sitting bones. And then again, as you inhale, stretch the arms up. And as you exhale from the hips coming forward, inhaling up, exhale forwards. Inhale up, exhale forwards. Inhale up, exhale forward. Inhale up, one more time. Exhale forward. Hold the sides of your feet, lengthen through the front. Or hold the belt if you can't reach the feet. If you can reach the feet easily, bend the elbows out and take your head down. And stay and breathe. Yeah, stay. All right, and as you inhale, you can come back to center. And you can bend your knees, release, and we are ready for Shavasana. I give you a choice. You can just lie on the floor, normal, or you can have legs up the wall. Yeah. So it's up to you. If you have legs up the wall, it's good to have the balls to underneath. Viparita Karani, or just lie down flat. And if you feel if there is any issue around the low back, it shows in forward bend. So if there is any twinge, then have balls to under your knees, or you can have the lower legs up on a chair. Yeah. Supporting the knees, taking the knees up onto something. If you are feeling your low back at all, it's quite common. It's not something that you want forever, but you know, if you're just starting and you feel your low back when you do forward bends, it's quite common. Be warm. Be nice to yourselves. Be cozy. You had enough cold. And when we are doing this kind of practice and trying to become more flexible, the end point is not the flexibility, but it's when the body becomes more flexible, so does the mind. Yeah, so we are working through the body on the mind. That's the objective of the practice. So then, in a sense, we forget the body eventually. Once it does what it should be doing, then you don't have to worry about it. But at first, yes, you have to strengthen and lengthen everything. But through those hamstrings, as I said many a time, that was kind of first, aha moment for me when I started lengthening the hamstrings, and there was the anger. So much anger started to come up, even though I was told that they were meant to be calming. So that's what it's about, to let it, to access whatever is there, all the dark places, all the shadows, through the practice. And we all have different bodies, different minds, different histories. So sometimes the reluctance to open those hamstrings, I wonder what's behind that. Yeah? Is it because the emotions are too hard to look at? Yeah. So that's for yourself to experiment and discover. With each next breath out, letting go. Let go of any remaining tension in the body. Let it fall down through the body into the earth. Let earth dissolve all of it. Relax the face and all the facial muscles. Widen the space between the eyebrows. Soften the eyelids. Let the eyes move down away from the eyelids, as if you had eyes at the back of the head, looking out through the darkness of the skull. Relax the jaws, the tongue, the throat. In the contact you have between the back body and the floor, from head to feet and feet to head. Feel all the touch points between the back body and the floor, and the backs of the legs and the wall if you're on the wall. With the breath out, softening the abdomen, let it fall down towards the back. As you exhale, softening the front body, let it fall down towards the back body, surrendering completely. Stay for as long as you need to. The longer the better, because you go deeper, it takes time. And hope you sleep well after that and have a wonderful week. Do some practice. The recording will be there if you want to work more on the hamstrings. And I shall see you all next week. Good night.